Social Research, Learning Outcome 2. Team members: Emiliano Tíez Ramírez, Alejandro Arturo Arruti Pérez, Jorge Manuel Hernández Holz, Anícar Santiago Navas Van Prat. Topic 6. Epistemology and Social Sciences. Epistemology attempts to define the nature of human knowledge, the types of knowledge that exist, and knows how to run man into that knowledge. The word epistemology comes from the Greek episteme, that means knowledge, and logos, that means study of the theory. Therefore, epistemology is the theory of knowledge, analyzes philosophical foundations, structures, and how knowledge is created, how it investigates, explains, and interprets the results. 5 main problems. Through the different moments in construction of knowledge in social sciences, there have emerged 5 main problems in which research needs to solve before doing some more research. Number 1. The ontological assumptions and epistemological of social sciences. It deals with the conception of nature of things and possibility of knowing them. The object of study of social sciences, the individual society as whole, at the macro-social level, huge social groups or micro-social, small groups. The nature of science knowledge, according to a quantitative approach, measures the social variable or quantitative with a complete approach. The relationship between the object under investigation and values of the investigation. You start questioning the objectivity of the investigation or if its results are determined by personal thoughts or researcher. The final function must meet scientific research standards according to the chosen model for the investigation of social sciences. Currents of knowledge. Materialism. This current claims that everything is matter and the only reality that exists is material reality. The origins of this theory date back around 300 years before Christ, with Democritus and Epicurus, who said that everything is formed by atoms. Rationalism. This current states that reality can be known without any previous experience. Descartes was one of these main speakers. It was famous phrase, "I think before I am," describes the basic concept of this theory. Empiricism says that experience is necessary to know something. Its main exhibitors are Locke, Hume, and Mill. It bases the knowledge in learned information through experimentation. Realism. It claims that ideas exist whether or not they are thought. Some of its main representatives are Mario Bunge, Bernard Russell, and G. E. Moore. Idealism says that objects can exist without a mind that is aware of them. Plato, Berkeley, and Kant are some of the representatives. Positivism claims that all knowledge must be based on sensory experience. It relies on scientific method. Bacon and Comte are the main exponents of this philosophical current. Logical positivism. It emerged in the late 1920s in what is known as Valentina Circle. It thought it born in empiricism and is known as social empiricism based on logic to avoid ambiguity. Phenomenology. It was developed by Edmund Husserl. It proposes consequences. It involves a relationship with the object and keeps the essence of the phenomenon. Analytic philosophy. It was developed by Wittgenstein, and it says that everything can be thought, can be expressed by language, and the most important function of language is to describe facts. Hermeneutics. Its object of investigation is a historical as knowledge that can be accomplished as historical mediated. Topic 7. Social research methodologies. Research is defined as a set of systematic empirical processes that apply to study of a phenomenon. The goals of social sciences research can be divided into 2 groups: those who seek to know and produce new knowledge related to social phenomena, and who want to answer questions that arise from a concrete reality. These are the methods of investigation: quantitative, qualitative, and mixed. The quantitative method is carried out to test hypotheses, looking through the data collection and statistics analysis. The process of conducting this research is sequential, consisting of 10 stages. The qualitative method does not numerical measurements to answer the research question. This approach is a circular, flexible process in which the sequence of the process changes according to the same investigation. The mixed method involves linking qualitative and quantitative methods in a single study to answer a single problem. This is a table of qualitative and quantitative methods of investigation. Research designs. An explanatory design seeks to examine an issue or a problem that has not been studied profoundly. A correlational design seeks the relation of degree of association between two or more variables or concepts. Explanatory designs respond to the causes of phenomena or events and focuses on demonstrating why an event occurs and the condition under which it occurs. Current design seeks to generate a theorem that explains at conceptual level an action in a specific area. A narrative design and researchers collect information about people's lives and then describe to analyze it. The action and research designs seek to solve everyday problems immediately and improve the action. Its objective is to help make decisions for the implementation of programs, processes, and reforms. Topic 8. Process of social research. To complete with the qualitative and quantitative methods, it is necessary to follow certain processes, which are determined by the multiple fields of study social research based on concepts such as society, social group, class, social group, and practices to explain the events that occur in the community. Development areas are more specific, for example, economic, political, social, scientific, or technological. Using social sciences, problems like poverty, migration, corruption, and abuse can also be studied. Beginning of the research. All research methods, qualitative or mixed, are initiated by a brainstorming, where to solve problems, to contribute new ideas, to generate questions. At the beginning of the process, the ideas are vague, but they are guaranteed translated into specific problems. Sources to generate ideas. Here are some sources to generate ideas for an investigation: individual experiences, books, articles, newspapers, the television, information available on the internet, theses, theories, observations, personal conversations, beliefs, or other ideas. The steps to follow a quantitative investigation. First of all, we need to approach the following. After that, literature review and development of the theoretical framework, visualization of research of the study, development of hypotheses and variables definition, development of investigation design, definition and selection of the sample, data recollection, data analysis, and preparation of the progress report. The problem statement should express a relationship between two or more concepts and should be formulated as a question. The literature review implies that the researcher considers the study that have been previously done. He consults different information resources and builds a theoretical framework to use it as a guide for investigation. The view of the scope of the study is determined by the kind of study to be performed: explanatory, descriptive, correlational, or explicative. A tentative hypothesis is formulated of the explanation of relationship between two or more variables. The research design is decided, which can be experimental if there is a manipulation of variables, or if the design is not experimental and the observation consists of only focusing in a phenomenon in its natural environment. The sample selection refers to the establishment of a group that is representative of a population so they can discuss the data. A collection of data that can be carried out through questionnaires and surveys. To analyze the data, it is necessary to use statistical methods. Process of the qualitative approach. Stage 1, idea. Stage 2, approach to the problem. Stage 3, initial immersion process. Stage 4, conception of the design research. Stage 5, definition of the initial sample. Stage 6, data recollection. Stage 7, data analysis. Stage 8, results interpretation. Stage 9, elaboration of progress report. Ending of the research. Finally, the progress report is showcased to explain how the results relate to the hypothesis and if they fit the existing theory. Topic 9. Field of research. The field of study to contemporary social phenomena is based on different concepts such as society, class, social group, social processes, and practices to explain events that occur in a community. In this topic, you will analyze the process and the social composition as a group to be studied. Society. Society in the modern era can be defined as the durable dynamic union between individuals, families, and groups by means of communication within the same culture to achieve the purposes of a collective life through the division of labor and roles according to the regulation of all activities through rules or conduct imposed under the control of an authority. Marx felt that society was interaction between men, although they are not free to choose the kind of society in which they live. Society is organized into institutions like family, church, state, school, and share certain cultural characteristics. Society. Human beings live in collectivity for subsistence, as the following: group, class, and society. The class concept from the standpoint of sociology can be viewed from different angles. It is criteria used to differentiate individuals in a society and not only refers to property but also to the social, cultural, and political aspects. Class concept, according to Marx, emerged when the division of the labor appears in society. It is part of the social structure. It emerges from the social relationship of production. The position is determined by the relationships to the means of production. It holds an antagonistic position leading to class struggle. According to Lane, it consists of groups of men who differ from each other. One group approaches the other's work. Class differences are established by their place in the production system. According to Weber, a group of individuals who share the same market situation. It involves economic speculation oriented to gain benefits by trading. Assumes the existence of monetary economy. Determines the opportunities for people to access properties, goods, or services. According to Bourdieu, are mainly granted in the cultural, production, intellectual, and political fields. Social groups are those are an international part of society and represent diversity of thought, organization, or participation in society. They give identity and sense belonging to the group. They have a certain degree of organization and seek common goals, whether economic, political, cultural, religious, and supportive. There are different types of social groups: the primary and the secondary. The primary has the family, and the secondary consists of friends, work, and colleges. Social practices are events that construct social reality, but have different meanings depending on the context in which they take place. These social practices are those that define society and are constantly changing. Examples: marriage, parenting, funerals, and graduations. It is important to understand that there are different types of social practices. Language is one of the identity features of the cultures of a human group that allows them to distinguish from others, identify themselves, and communicate. Religion is a belief system that guides the human being practices. It also establishes the morals for our daily actions. Culture. It is formed by a series of behavior, traits, and are expressed in function to values, beliefs, habits, customs, and rules that define the lifestyle. Topic 10. Development of zones. All social phenomena can be investigated in certain zones. The investigation consists of a series of specific steps. It is necessary to focus the research to do results that can be used to solve problems, or generate accurate study to formulate proposals to find solutions. The topic will help you analyze specific research problems. Development areas. First, we present four major areas of social sciences institution, and finally, some specific research problems. To analyze these areas, we represent the following table. Institutions are also development areas in which investigation can take place. Mechanisms or structures that influence the behavior of individuals in a community have a social powers and are considered as essential part of society. They have maximum authority on which maximum authorities depend. Types of institutions. There are two types of institutions: public, created by the state, and private, created by individuals. Both institutional types have accountability to users. Some of them are political institutions, are those that are established between government and citizens of a political system. They determine, for example, how to get political power, how to perform their rule duties, how the government manages its resources, among others. Some examples are the IFE or political parties, PRI, PAN, PRD, or PT. Economic institutions are organized on the products that reach people for consumption, as well as the decisions that have to do with agencies that collect taxes. Some examples are the Ministry of Finance and Public Credit, the Association of Banks of Mexico, and its component banks. Social institutions are related to the research for better working and living conditions for the population. It works according to what society needs. Some examples are the police, firefighters, prosecutors, national parks, and the semerant. Health institutions are the institutions that relate with health, life, treatment, and prevention of diseases, emotional and social development of a community. Some examples are the IMSS, the Ministry of Health, and private hospitals. Educational institutes are those that are responsible for applying a comprehensive education to people. Some examples are the Ministry of Education, the Millennium, and public-private schools. Cultural institutions are for development of skills, tastes, and interests and recreation and the ways to transmit culture. Some examples are the INBA, the House of Culture, and the Ballet of Monterrey.